Before we continue, you need to know about edge selections. To select a loop, you can double-click the loop or click Loop under the Selection tab. A ring selects all adjacent edges. I tend to use the hotkey Alt and R, but you can also hold Shift on an adjacent edge while one edge is selected. You can grow and shrink a selection using those selection options under the Selection tab. Other modelling tools can be found on the modelling ribbon along the top of the viewport. I tend to use the dot loop tool as it saves time when selecting every other edge of a loop. You can also use dot ring for the same effect, but for ringed edges. I use the Swift Loop tool to create quick loops. You can tap Shift to centre the loop, or by holding Shift, it will average the curve of the two loops either side. When working with mechanical models, you may want to force the edges to a certain angle. The tools for this are under the Align tab on the modelling ribbon and on the left panel. You can find the Cut tool under Edit Geometry. This is useful as it allows us to manually cut shapes into our mesh and between vertices. Target Weld is useful for cleaning up the mesh by removing unwanted edges. You can find this by right-clicking or under the Edit Geometry tab on the left panel. Some selection tips worth knowing are that you can select the edges bordering your polygon selection by holding Shift and clicking the Edge selection on the panel. Holding Ctrl will select all edges that make up the polygon. When deleting edges using backspace, the vertices still remain. To delete the vertices along the edge, hold Ctrl while pressing backspace. You will find that by selecting the edge and pressing the delete key, you will remove the polygons either side of the model.